Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. So guys, just a couple things. So I'm kind of leaning away from the reality TV reviews, only because it ain't even really nothing to review right now. And so we have to really dive into our fictional our fictional bag, our scripted television bag. We have to get into her. So I really hope and pray that you guys go on this little journey with me, because there are a lot of projects out there that are worth reviewing that I might binge here and there, and I don't come and share with you guys. So this being one of them. I have been a big fan of the show Dexter for a little while now. I'm late to the party, actually. Like I haven't been watching it since it first came out or nothing like that. I had to really go back. I think I jumped in right at the last hour when they put it on Netflix, and the show had been on, of course, seasons prior to that. But when I binged it, all of the seasons, I really enjoyed it. So much so, it became a comfort show. I would just watch it and watch it and watch it and watch it. Same way I did with The Walking Dead. That's another one that I love. I just love it so much. I won't review that one, though. That one is like you really have to know what's going on and really know the story itself to enjoy it. But this, I feel like I can kind of give you guys a good enough play-by-play that you might want to watch it, maybe. Because it's good. It's good. Dexter's good. Just a little backstory on Dexter. Dexter is in the first season, of course, we find out he's a blood splatter analyst for the Miami Metro PD. And his sister is also an officer at the same precinct, so they kind of work together. She leans on him for his expertise in blood splatter and all of that to kind of help solve crimes and everything. And this is what he does by day. And by night, he's a serial killer. They get the cases. He shows up to the crime scene, and before the police can even find these people that are committing the crimes, Dexter done found them and killed them. That's his code. Been doing it a while. His father taught him to, check the scenery, scope it out, make sure the person fits the code, because he don't kill innocent people. He only kills people who also kill people, criminals, pedophiles. Rapists, he gonna get them all. Dexter gonna get them in Dexter's way. You don't want to end up on Dexter's table, okay? But see, this is good TV here. But let's get into Dexter Resurrection, because we have had a couple of different spinoffs. Once we wrap Dexter up, spoiler alert if you haven't seen all the seasons of Dexter. I can't even remember how many seasons there are. I want to say like 8. Are there 8 seasons? I want to say there are 8 seasons of the regular show Dexter. And then we have Dexter New Blood, which was Dexter, the spinoff, because Dexter faked his death and all that. Spoilers, like I said. He faked his death because, they was on to him. After a while, they was on to him. And he had to fake his death. And so now he's in a new place, in Bumblefuck, wherever. And he has a new life, a new identity, Jim Lindsay and all of that. And he's reunited with his son that he abandoned from the first what would you call it? I wouldn't call it the first season. It ain't the first season. from the original Dexter series. He did have a son. His name is Harrison, and he's reunited with Harrison. Harrison is now a teenager. Harrison lives with him. Harrison is mad, of course, because he was abandoned, blah, 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 blah. Harrison also has his own set of serial killer-like tendencies. And so he tries to take Dexter out in that spinoff of New Blood. He tries to take him out. And then now here we are here in Dexter Resurrection. Dexter did not perish. See, we can't take him down. Ain't nobody taking him out. His son think that's what he did, but that ain't what happened. Because here we are. Here we are. Now let's dive in. Let's dive in to Dexter Resurrection, Season 1, Episode 1, A Beating Heart. This is 10 weeks later. Dexter has been in a coma. He's still in his coma, by the way. So we're seeing, you know, what's going on in his subconscious. He sees the Trinity Killer. The Trinity Killer was a serial killer that he took out, that we had to take out. But before doing so, that guy murdered Dexter's wife, Rita. And so we really got it out. We really had it out for the Trinity Killer. We really wanted to see his demise because he done took Rita. He also sees his friend Miguel. Miguel is also somebody he had to take out. He had to take him out. We had to get rid of Miguel too. They were friends, and Miguel was probably the only person he could be honest with about, you know, who he truly was. But Miguel kind of like he went left. He went left. Things went left with him, and he had to go. He had to go because he started killing. He tried to kill an innocent. He did. He killed an innocent person, and so you know that's against Dexter's code. So you gotta go. Harrison, however, his son, he's now living in New York. He works at a hotel now, like, you know, just like his father. He dating some single mother, because that was Dexter. Dexter and Rita. Rita was a single mother. And, you know, he was helping her with the kids, you know, really doting. And then just like that, Harrison is the same way. So he watches her son when she has to work or when she has to, you know, do whatever. He's out there hallucinating as well, seeing Dexter, you know, because Dexter, in his mind, was one of his victims. While still in the coma, like I said, Dexter gets a visit from his father, Harry. Harry in the original series, Harry is always a hallucination for Dexter. Dexter always talks to Harry. Harry gets him through. Okay, Harry's gotten him through many of tough times. And so here he is again, you know, in his subconscious mind while he's in his coma. He's telling him, listen, Harrison needs you to stay alive, so you need to go on and wake up. You need to go on and get on up out of here. Get up out of this coma. He's surprised by Dokes. Dokes is another person who Dexter had to take out. Dokes was a police officer with the Miami Metro. In the first, in the original series, I should say. I don't know why my brain keeps wanting to say first season. In the original series, Dokes was an officer. Dokes always knew that Dexter was up to something. He never trusted him. He always gave him a hard time, and he always called him a creep motherfucker. And sure enough, he back saying the same thing. Just let me put a pin here. Seeing everybody be so seasoned, like it kind of, it's jarring because it's like, wow, that many years have passed. Everybody is so seasoned. But then again, it's like I'm glad to see so many people come back, because I'm having to jump back and give you guys you know, kind of like a small little synopsis of each different character, because we're pulling so many characters from the original. And I can appreciate that. I really do. I really hope to see Deborah. Now, we haven't seen Deborah yet. Deborah is, well, excuse me, I should say was, because she passed as well in the story. That is his sister Deborah. So I hope because she was his hallucination in New Blood. He wasn't seeing his father anymore. He was seeing Deborah. So they reprised her character for that. So, I mean, I hope we see her over here, too. I kind of miss Deborah's character. I really do. Anyway, Dokes, he's the one that kind of brings him back. You know, they have a little moment. going back on things. And Dokes, he's like, you still a creep motherfucker, but I can tell that there's a good person under there, especially, with this code. He wasn't hurting nobody good. He wasn't hurting nobody that didn't deserve it. Cut him, stall him out, Debo. And then, we see him, he brings him back from the coma. It's been 10 weeks. The doctor tells them that he's going to pull through. He asked about Harrison, but, he said Harrison left town and nobody's really heard from him. Or his girlfriend at the time, or ex, I should say, because she was the sheriff. And she was on to him as well after a while. She was on to Dexter. She found out that Dexter she knew him as Jim Lindsay. She found out that wasn't his real name and all of that. And so, yeah, she done left town as well. Harrison, we see he's at work when one of the guests stumbles up. He got this intoxicated woman on his arm, and she looks very inebriated, like she can't even walk. And Harrison, he had a brief conversation with her earlier that day, walking about in the hotel. She was there for a work conference or whatever. And it's apparent that this man has drugged her. It's obvious that the man drugged her, and he's gonna now try to, take advantage of her. And Harrison doesn't step in initially. The guy, he tried to say that the woman is his wife and all of that, but Harrison knows. It's obvious, like I said, because he gets the lady in the room or whatever, and Harrison say he gonna mind his business, but he can't mind his business because the girl, he hears her say no. And so now he got to go back. He go back in there, and he immediately beats that man's ass. Immediately. And the guy, he eating the punches or whatever, and then kind of, threaten him like, yeah, whatever, okay, you can have her. There's more where she came from. I'll just go get another one. He go in that bathroom and take the top off the toilet. I mean, takes him out, okay? I mean, douche, 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 upside the head. Oh, he gets some good. He gets some good, okay? And then just gets into Dexter mode. So now he got to clean up. Got to clean it up. There's also this woman here on the bed who's been drugged. She ain't see nothing, but she just laying there on the bed. So we got to get her in her room. So he gets her first and takes her back to her room, lays her in her bed. And, she sleeps that off. And then he goes back into that bathroom, pulls the shower curtain down, wraps the man up in it, cleans up the blood. He makes some type of solution. He learned everything from Dexter. He made some type of cleaning solution from the other cleaning solutions. So that, nothing would be traceable and all of that. And he takes the man's body on down to the kitchen that is closed, cuts him up, puts his body in bags, and disposes of him. And he gonna throw up afterwards. You acting like this wasn't your first rodeo. Anyway, he missed something though. He missed something though, because when he threw back that meat cleaver after he cutting that man up, there's a drop of blood, a splatter of blood on the ceiling that he didn't see. So that's there, Anyway, Dexter, we see he's in physical therapy, trying to relearn how to walk. He gets a visit from the officer from Iron Lake. He's now the sheriff because the lady Angela, she's no longer there. She done left, and she left a picture with a note on the back that says, "Now we're even. Get the hell out of Iron Lake." Okay, whatever, girl. The officer now is the sheriff, and he's like, I got to make sure that some justice is served. Do you want to press charges against Angela or whatever, or the little town or whatever, I think he said. And because I'm assuming they believe that she shot Dexter. I can't remember that anyway. But Dex just wants to put it all behind him. He ain't doing all that. We see the trash men, they're at the dump when one of the men tosses the bag and legs, thigh, stuff just start flying out the bag. So now we got to open investigation. The detectives are on the case immediately. The female detective, I didn't get her name, but I'm just not feeling her choices. She's coming off very campy. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, but she's definitely not neurodivergent as the folks would say. Cause she jumps right into action, like she all in the trash looking for things, and she ends up finding the rest of the body. Cause he done did this little fancy knot tie thing on each bag, so that's how she's able to, find all the bags. We see Dexter. He's, still trying to remain physical. He hasn't walked in a long time, so he's on a treadmill. The doctor, she comes in to get him and tells him that he has a visitor. It's Batista. Detective Batista. Or no, was he Sergeant Batista? I think he was a sergeant. But anyway, he from the first one. He from the original. He and Dexter were really good friends. And so he's surprised to even believe the last he heard, Dexter passed. So to find out that Dexter was alive, that was a lot for him, and he done showed up. He done showed up to see what's what. Of course, Batista wants answers. Dexter, he's honest. He's honest about, the fact that he took Deborah's body and he took it out on the boat or whatever, but he ended up, of course, it's in the ocean. it's in the ocean because his boat was destroyed in that storm. So there's that. They catch up a little bit. He tells him about the sheriff and her reaching out to him, and she thinking that he was the Bay Harbor butcher and all of that. Batista, I don't know if he's suspicious of Dexter. It's almost as if he wants Dexter to admit it to him, and he would kind of be like, okay. I don't think he would, bring him up on charges or nothing like that. I would hope not, because he's retired. So he ain't even, I don't know. I think maybe he's here for answers because he just wants to know. Who knows? But he's here. He's here, and he might be on to Dexter. We don't know. He leaves Dexter, to rest, and there's that. But he said he's going to be back in the morning. The police are at that hotel. They're at the hotel room investigating that murder. Harrison, of course, is in there pacing the floor, pacing the hallway, being weird, pacing the crime scene. You look guilty. Get from around there. He's just pacing the floors. Of course, he sees the victim. Because he's hallucinating his victims just like Dexter was in his subconscious mind. Dexter, we see him with the physical therapist, and she's telling him about, it's some breaking news. A body was found in New York, and it was cut up in 9 pieces. And Dexter was like, 9 pieces? Who know to cut up 9 pieces like me and Harrison? He immediately knows that that's his MO, and that that's definitely Harrison. So he looks up the victim. The victim fits the code. Dexter got to figure this out. He got to, help Harrison before the police find out that it's him. He got to figure out if he made any mistakes, because obviously he made mistakes because the body was found. That's the first mistake he made. Dexter, he trying to leave. They not trying to let him leave. He ain't even got no car. Batista is also there again, bright and early, waiting in the waiting room. Dexter, he finds his phone and calls and pretends to give a message to Batista from Quinn. Quinn don't even work with the people no more. Quinn is also from the original. He's also from the original. So you may have to drop by the original Dexter, and get yourself caught up, up to speed. You can kind of jump in. You can kind of jump in here, but you're not going to know who these backstory characters are. And it's not like you need the context, but you're still not going to know who they are. It's going to come off like, okay, Dexter's already familiar with some of these people. Who are these people? But it's not like when it comes to the story with where we're taking it now, it's irrelevant. I feel like they're just kind of like tying up little loose ends, tying up little bows, because we finna go somewhere completely different. We finna go somewhere completely different. And we find that out in a little bit. We gonna get there. Because we see this blonde lady. She tiptoeing through. And she got on her spy gear. I say, who is this? Child, it's Uma Thurman. Now, she ain't a part of the series. She ain't been a character. So her character, yeah, I'm here for it. She comes tipping through. She goes to this apartment. She's looking for something. She finds some trophies and some money or whatever. And then she leaves this invitation and she heads out. Then we see Dexter. He done took somebody's car. He done drove the stolen car all the way to New York. And, you know, right up to the hotel where Harrison works at. And he sees him. He sees him right out front, you know, lifting and toting bags. So there's that, you know, until episode 2. Until episode 2. I'm going to give y'all this one because I did episode 2 as far as like I got my notes for it. But I'm going to kind of drag this because it's so good. It's so good. I don't want to give y'all 1 and 2 right away. Maybe I'll come back with episode 2 like midweek because we got to get the YouTube videos back rolling. We got to get the YouTube videos back rolling. I don't like taking long breaks like that from YouTube. Now, granted, the content creating hasn't stopped. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on TikTok or whatever, then you know that we're still doing content. But I can't neglect my YouTube channel. I really can't because I had lost 2 subscribers. The fuck? I'm sorry to the folks that I'm so sorry. Damn, I mean, I just didn't want to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta no more. Y'all ain't have to leave me though, cause we bad with this. So I hope that I really do. I hope that I got some Dexter watchers out there, and if not, I hope that I can convince you guys to take a gander, cause it's really good TV. Cause like I said, I want to do more fiction and scripted television shows, you know, because really like I get excited. Can't you tell the difference in my energy levels when I review something scripted, fictional, some good entertainment as opposed to reality TV? I kind of get because energy wise, it's just not, it's pulling from my energy. Whereas when I do this type of stuff, it's pouring into me. I'm getting energized just by talking about it. So that tells me everything I need to know. Okay, listen to your body. The energy is real. It definitely speaks volumes. Definitely. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.